Thank you. And now coming to the last session of this event, yeah, I would like to have a fire chat with Kaining Ding, Head of R&D Department, Forschungszentrum Jülich. And the topic is what's HJT's business potential with TOPCon being the new standard now? Kaining?
Yeah, hi, Shravan.
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can see you and hear you. Yeah, so Kaining, thanks a lot for joining. And, in a simple way, I really want to say that, when will be the peak time for heterojunction? I think that would be a more simpler version of this long title. Just to reflect a little bit on what we learned, and, we also have, met at the heterojunction workshop in China where you very nicely organized. So you also have a very nice overview about what's happening in the industry. So just looking a little back, HJT was considered as one of the two technologies to succeed PERC. So what really went wrong with HJT that actually HJT did not make it?
Hi, Shravan. So first of all, thanks for having me. Just let me maybe start with a disclaimer. I'm a researcher from an institute. So what I care a lot is technologies that are beyond the production in the moment. But I talk to a lot of people and hear what their opinions are. And a large fraction of that is, of course, people from China, because simply because of the largest share of the production, and also that their opinion will affect more the progress of a certain technology a little bit more. And then I hear these opinions, and then I form my own opinion on the matter. So basically, what I'm saying today in this chat is just my personal opinion. So just to before answering your question, I would like to make two comments on the question itself. The first one is that I think from today's point of view, I think it is too early to judge whether heterojunction has made it or not. I could elaborate on that, but I will just put it like that here. But then the second thing is that if you just don't look at the share of HJT in the current market, just have a look at the absolute number of capacity. I mean, it is a very successful approach. I mean, it has been very successful over the last couple of years. I mean, about 40 gigawatt is definitely above the critical mass, which nurtures a lot of healthy ecosystem with a lot of suppliers and customers. I think it's to all in all, I think I'm very happy about the progress of heterojunction in the last years.
Okay, so I think
I do not think that that it did make it. I think it's actually a quite good success until now.
Yeah, indeed. I think continuing to what you said, in our top modules efficiency ranking table, we have HJT module is among the top 3. So does this mean HJT is ready for this becoming one of the member of the big prime time?
I think this heterojunction technology is already a very established technology in PV now. I got asked a question quite a lot, is so whether this technology will be a prime technology. I mean, let me try to break down the question. I mean, what I think the people really want to know is what about the market trend in the coming years? Because I think all this technology coexist for at the same moment. I mean, it's never like that the technology will absolutely go out of market within 1 year. So what people really want to know is about the trend of how things will play out in the next years. So in order to answer these questions, I would have to say it's not possible in the moment to foresee the market trend simply because let's just concentrate on TOPCon and heterojunction. I think it's the TOPCon technology, the efficiency is going up, and also the cost downwards potential is there. And the same is with heterojunction. So what we cannot know for now, because I believe nobody knows it. If someone says I know it for sure, I mean this is it cannot be trusted. I mean, so what we don't know is how fast this efficiency increase will come and how fast this cost reduction will come, and especially we don't know how fast the difference between the efficiency increase and cost reduction will be between these two technologies. So and let's assume that the TOPCon efficiency increases suddenly by a significant step, and it becomes comparable to heterojunction, so the module power becomes similar in power, but the cost of heterojunction is still higher. I mean, at this situation, I mean, that will only happen because that's why I'm emphasizing that there is already overcritical production of both technologies. So there is a healthy ecosystem around them. So even if this happens, what it will mean is that for that moment, the TOPCon will be probably much more preferred technology. But that does not mean that everyone is giving up the other technology, right? So I mean, there will be a lot of attempts to try to increase the gap between efficiency again between these two. So by improving the efficiency of heterojunction, or become more comparable in cost. So therefore, it's very dynamic how these two technologies will play out in the next couple of years, but it's impossible to predict it, I think. I mean, what you could emphasize maybe is the strengths of different technologies. I mean, the TOPCon definitively has a much larger base. I mean, much more people that are experienced, and so they have a more stronger driving force behind them. But if you look at heterojunction, I mean, the advantage you could see here is why TOPCon is basically a continuation of aluminum BSF and PERC. So where already a lot of cost reduction is priced in, and also where a lot of technology, a lot of people have been educated and professionalized in minimizing the cost. I mean, I think the TOPCon product is already a quite a high-tech product in a way that it's really optimized into the details. And if you look at heterojunction, it is basically on a totally different time scale, I would say. Because I mean the initial starting is basically a couple of thin film companies that try to push this technology. And even today with 40 gigawatts, I mean previously the just also the ecosystem with the value chain suppliers and also experienced staff is just not comparable to the high temperature crystalline silicon solar cell area, you know.
Yeah, but Kaining, so you know, it is also a chicken and egg issue, right? So more and more people go there, like then the cost equation and more people, and then what really attracts more people to go there is also another issue, right? So and then you know on top of that, heterojunction is also not new, whereas relatively TOPCon is very new. So the question is why more people are going there? It is not rather than establishing, why it is there, but why people went there. That's also the question, right? So
my impression is that they are not choosing TOPCon, but they are just upgrading to TOPCon. Yeah,
okay.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So one more thing I would like to know your view. So is differentiation is adding any weight to heterojunction? So maybe as you said, PERC, then the BSF, PERC, TOPCon, you are just going in the same one line. So being on heterojunction, is it going to add for new companies like, today we also saw a relatively new company that was started in 2021, want to go into heterojunction. So is this differentiation is going to be any added advantage or add weight to heterojunction?
I mean, the I mean, if you look at let's first maybe start with Europe and basically outside China. I think there the logic is quite clear. I mean, if you want to start, I mean, if you're outside China, basically you are starting something new. And by doing something new, you do not want to go for TOPCon simply because of on the one hand, the strengths of the existing companies in these technologies. Yeah, so there is a lot of background and know-how, and also the volume is quite high. So basically, if you try to enter TOPCon outside China, you're directly handling yourself a drawback of not being as experienced as the people that are already very big. Yeah. So choosing for new technology like heterojunction at least gives you a little bit more. In the moment, it's still not 100% like that, but a little bit more equal start as compared to Chinese companies. Because that you would also consider these Chinese HJT players newcomers, but it's changing. I mean, this storyline is changing. Yeah. If you have a look at China itself, you need to understand that here, if you have a look at the bigger picture, I mean the investment money or the government owned investment money, they have to be invested somewhere. And the moment the situation is previously a lot of money has been stored in China in the real estate market, and which is not a good place to go anymore. And also, in the moment, it does not look like that the stock market in China is going to be a replacement for that. So the money has to go somewhere, and if you have a look all around the strategic positioning of China, I think renewable energy and getting carbon neutral is a countrywide target, and I think there's some quite certainty of these capitals that this is an investment where it's least risky to do. Yeah, so there will be money entering this market even next year, where things are maybe looking not so good from an overcapacity point of view, but I still believe there will be newcomers joining, even that. That is because there is just a must of investment into this field in China. Yeah.
Okay. So in your view, what are the three major bottlenecks for the technology right now for heterojunction?
I think one very obvious bottleneck, I think it's probably, in my opinion, the only bottleneck. It is the higher cost. And if you want to break it down, it is on the one hand the capex cost and the silver cost, and maybe at some point become a issue with the indium. Yeah. So if you're talking about the capex, I think there is a lot quite interesting development I mean, the point is with the CapEx, the highest cost is still the PCVD part. And it does not look like that there will be an alternative technology coming up very soon that can lower the cost. I mean, there are some activities on hot fry CVD that could potentially double the throughput and half the cost, but it's not clear whether it will be successful. And I think some of the um, 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 economy of scale will help here, but it's quite limited. And on PVD, I don't see much room for cost reduction in the moment. But with the metallization, I mean, there are some quite interesting approaches. Maybe not immediately ready, so something like laser forward transfer and also thermal transfer. This could reduce the length and size of the equipment needed for screen printing for the metallization. So with the silver, I think there are good strategies, you know, with silver coated copper, and also a lot of attempts on reducing the indium consumption in the TCO by multi-layers of TCOs, you know. So I think the main bottleneck is cost reduction pressure. And I think yeah, I think I would summarize it as like that. I think it's just a yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you know, it's still HJT, as everyone knows, it's still a premium technology. But are there any specific pockets of application it would still make sense today?
Oh, sorry, could you
No. So HJT is still a premium technology, right? So are there any application pockets in which it would still make sense today?
I mean, finally, I mean, my wish is that this technology, I mean, in the moment, the logic just has a little bit higher power for the same format of module, and therefore there is a certain premium. Yeah, you can ask for the product. I mean, why you call it a premium product, right? But in the end, I'm hoping that it will become competitive even on a cost basis. But in order to answer your question, I think in the moment, what makes the heterojunction interesting is if you have places where you need high power modules. On the one hand, simply because maybe you want to have more capacity on the same area. So some producers, energy producers, wish to have high power devices. And also for hot climate zones, like Saudi Arabia, for example, I think where you would profit from the low thermal temperature coefficient of the device of a heterojunction, it's quite interesting. So also, I think in these hotter area zones, it's a good product where people are willing to pay the premium, and also all kinds of installations in the moment where you have higher fixed cost of the mounting, for example. So all kinds of integrated applications like on water or combine it with agriculture. So because the base cost of the installation is just higher. I mean, you could percentually proportionally profit from the higher efficiency of the cell and the higher power of the module for the same size of installation, right? Yeah.
So maybe a difficult question, but final, I would like to conclude. So where do you see heterojunction in 3 years from now?
I wish to see it as a mainstream, so where the market share has an increasing trend and being ready for a perovskite heterojunction tandem.
Great. I think that's a great, nice, forward-looking statement. Thank you very much for joining us, Kaining.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
So now we come to the end of this day 2 of our TaiyangNews high efficiency solar technologies conference, which was very much focused on heterojunction. I really learned a lot. So we see that the heterojunction is getting up in many aspects: cost, metallization, so module technologies. So you will also have a summary article on our website, just so that when you, if you want to refer it back, you can do that. We have, again, I just want to emphasize that TaiyangNews is, in addition to doing conferences like this, we also publish reports and market surveys on various production equipment, process consumables, and PV cell and module technologies. Okay, next slide. So again, as I mentioned in the beginning of today's conference, we have spread the conference into 4 days, and today is the end of the day 2. So the third day, which will be on 19th of December, next week, TOPCon will again be the subject. And we have interesting companies, especially the manufacturers of TOPCon, leading manufacturers like Trina, Tongwei, Dust Solar, Jollywood, Solar Space. And we, like today and like our previous conferences, we have also wrapped up with different key stakeholders. Like we also have Laplace talking about their deposition technologies for TOPCon, and then we have Autowell talking about their cell and module technologies, and finally we also have Reina, a leading wet chemical etching equipment supplier, what they have solutions ready for TOPCon and also the future generation technologies. So with this, I would like to conclude today's conference. Thanks a lot to our sponsors, and thanks a lot to all presenters and also audience for staying long and listening to us. Thank you very much, and see you on 19th December. Thank you.